Boom. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Happy Sunday to you all, and welcome to another live beer review. Today, we're going to be taking a look at one from the Texas Ale Project. They're down in Dallas, Texas. They're kind of, I would consider, one of the bigger Dallas craft breweries out there, since it seems like they do a lot of distribution, and they're definitely more well-known out there. But we got a little collaboration they decided to do with a heavy metal artist that you guys may have heard of before. If you guys really haven't heard of these guys before, I don't know what to tell you, but they decided to team up with the band Pantera to come out with the Pantera Golden Ale, which Golden Ales are nice. They're kind of like a lighter style of beer. Of course, I've had some Imperial Golden Ales to where it's either a no sparge to where they're a little bit more in-your-face, boozy kind of situation, but I'm expecting this to be a nice kind of light, crisp, refreshing guy. When it comes to how Golden Ales taste, they're usually a nice balance between malty and a little bit of hoppiness. I know this one is actually brewed with Citra and Cascade hops, but I'm not thinking there's going to be a lot of it in there just because they want to let those malt flavors come through as well. Plus, you might get kind of flavors of like hay and grassiness along with this, but sometimes you get a little bit of sweetness coming through on Golden Ales, but overall they're usually just light, crisp, refreshing, and they usually pair really well with like going out to eat at like a bar or stuff like that. So this is probably gonna be a nice, refreshing guy, I think, for a nice date like today. So let's crack this thing open and see what this thing's like on the nose. Let's see what we got here. Yep, it's getting a little bit of hoppiness to it. Definitely getting from the citrus. Definitely getting that almost hay kind of note. Definitely grassiness. Yeah, I think it's gonna be malty, crisp, refreshing. Yeah, I just think this is going to be a nice crystal clear golden color, so I'm not really expecting any haze coming from this guy. But yeah, going to be drinking out of my Untapped 12-ouncer kind of guy, so let's pour this guy and see what it's all about. Yep, relatively clear. Not much of a head coming through on this one, probably because of my pour. But overall, yeah, this is going to be light, crisp, refreshing, able to pour the entire can into the glass. And yeah, look at that. It's just a nice golden ale. I guess it kind of has a little bit of a murkiness, but not too much. I'm thinking this is definitely going to be pretty effervescent when it comes to having that bubbly mouthfeel, having a lot of those lighter, crisper flavors coming through pretty predominantly on this one. Yep, still getting a little bit of that almost citrusiness coming in from the Citra hops. Cascade's going to bring in a little bit of like grassiness along with it. Yeah, I think this one smells absolutely delicious, to be honest. I think this is going to be a nice, kind of crisp, refreshing change of pace, like to reset my palate for the new week of beers I'm going to be drinking. So let's give this guy a try and see what this thing's all about. So cheers, everybody. Happy Sunday. Yeah, relatively light. Definitely has a bubbly, kind of effervescent mouthfeel to it. Definitely getting like crispness. Pretty decent sweetness, almost a little bit of like a fruitiness coming from the hops they use in there. But you're still getting the flavors of malts. You're still getting that slight bitterness, but it's definitely really, really balanced. It's not too bitter. It's not too malty. I think they hit that right, nice middle point to where you can come out with a nice, sessionable golden ale that somebody can drink on a nice, warm day, and it'll quench your thirst. It'll be really, really enjoyable, and I think that's exactly what they accomplished with this guy. This isn't anything that's like groundbreaking or anything they're trying to reinvent the wheel with. They just decided to come out with a nice kind of crisp, refreshing golden ale. I think that's exactly what the Texas Ale Project did with this one. This is really, really nice. Yeah, that's good. That's really good. So let's look here on Untapped. And of course, if you can't get your hands on the Pantera Golden Ale from Texas Ale Project, Untapped does a really cool thing to where they list off some beers that may be in that similar kind of realm of this one. So if you're able to get your hands on any of the ones I list off, you may get a similar experience from these guys. So let's take a look and see what they show here. Oh, we got one from Karbach Brewing Company, which I believe is another brewery down in Texas. And they have one called the Strawberry Fields. Isn't Karbach down? Let me see. Yeah, they're in Houston. Okay. So, yeah, the Strawberry Fields is a blonde ale, which definitely has a lot of similarities when it comes to a golden ale. So, yeah, this one, let's see what this Strawberry Fields, they get notes of, okay, let's see what they, sun-ripened strawberries. You're maybe going to get more of a berry flavor when this one shows a little bit more citrus. We got one here called the Tropical Oberon from Bell's Brewery, which is a wheat beer, which, of course, I would consider in the same kind of realm of being within like the golden ale, wheats, golden ales, kind of blondes and all that kind of stuff. So let's see what else we got here. We got one here from Founders Brewing Company called the All Day Vacay, which is another American pale wheat, which is like a 4.6%. Yeah. Let's see. Nice delicate notes of citrus, summery sweetness. Yeah, let's see what else we got here. We got what else? We got one here from ETX Brewing Company called the Brick Street Blonde, which is a 5.2% blonde ale. And then final one we got here is Unbranded Brewing Company's Guava Wheat, which is a nice kind of just another pale wheat ale with citrusy, kind of getting tropical fruit notes in there. So yeah, overall we have some pretty nice selections going through. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but this golden ale, the Pantera golden ale, is coming in at a 5.4% ABV, so relatively low in the ABV. Would definitely consider this sessionable in every realm of every way to describe it and all that kind of stuff. And so let's look at this stuff. Let's see. To be honest, I think I'm going to choose... what am I going to choose to be the most similar to this one? I think I'm going to go with the All Day Vacay from Founders. So if you can get your hands on that one, you may get a similar experience from this one. Of course, wheat ale, there's definitely, you're going to taste the wheat flavors coming through, but I think there's going to be a nice balance of the malt profile plus the kind of citrusiness they use with that comes when it comes to possibly adding just natural citrus flavors or possibly using hops in there like Citra and all that kind of stuff to bring out citrus flavors with it. So I think this All Day Vacay is probably going to be the most similar one from, and I know Founders is available all over the place, so that one you might be able to get your hands on. But Untapped does another cool thing to where they show verified locations for the beer that you're possibly looking for. So let's look here and see if they show any locations for this Pantera Golden Ale from the Texas Ale Project with any verified locations. So let's see. Let's see. We got one from the verified location that's called the Silver Grizzly Espresso, which is like a coffee shop, beer bar, pastry shop. Kind of reminds me of Premier Gourmet. So this is in Longview, Texas. Let's see, a bunch of the Total Wines around here. We got the one from Sunset Valley, we got the one from Austin, and then we got the one from Irving. And then we got one here called Perry's Pizzeria and Tap House in Colony, Texas. Don't mind loud, obnoxious loud cars driving by. Don't worry about that. This is from, so this Perry's Pizzeria and Tap House is in the Colony, Texas. So I don't know where that is. But let's see here. Oh, did he get pulled? Did the cop follow him? That's pretty funny. The guy going down our street had a cop following him, so that must suck for him. But then, looking at popular locations for this one, we got the Little Darlin' in Austin, Texas. We got the Reservoir Patio and Bar in Irving. We got Smoky Rose in Dallas, Texas. And then we got Mad Ford Chicken in McKinney, Texas. So I can see this definitely being pretty widely available when it comes to being available in Texas. So let's look back here on Untapped and let's look at some other stuff. Let's see the description of this guy. So the description says, born and brewed in Dallas, Dallas Craft Brewery, Texas Ale Project proudly announces a new beer collaboration with legendary heavy metal music icons Pantera. So yeah, if you go onto the Texas Ale Project's website and you look at the Pantera Golden Ale, it says rock on, and then it says it's a collaboration with the iconic heavy metal band Pantera, crushable golden ale brewed with Cascade and Citra hops. So yeah, I think that's pretty self-explanatory right there. So looking here, like I said before, it's a 5.4% ABV, which I would definitely consider sessionable. You already heard me say that already. And 16 IBUs, so slightly bitter. Not really any crazy bitterness. You definitely do get those bitter flavors coming through from the hops. Mostly I get like the citrusy flavors and then kind of getting that grassiness from the Cascade and then getting like that hay kind of almost wheat-like flavor coming through with the grain. So let's look here, and with over 2,595 ratings, this one has an average rating of 3.57 out of 5, which isn't bad. You rarely ever see like some low ABV golden ales like this kind of go anything like above a 4. I know a lot of times when somebody's given like this kind of style of beer a high rating, it's going to be mostly something that's like an imperial version or something to where it's a little bit more boozy, has a little bit more of a punch you in the face kind of flavor, when this one's light, crisp, refreshing, and has all the great flavors that you would enjoy for a nice sessionable beer and a nice warm day. So let's look here and see if there's anybody in my friends list who checked this one in. Let's look. So we got a couple of check-ins. It was my father when I purchased this one off Tavor. I got 2 of these, so for one for him, and he gave it a 3.5 out of 5. Purchased on Tavor, and he said just had to go back and listen to the band that this is named after. A while I enjoyed this pale ale, even though it kind of has similar flavors of pale ale. It's not, so I don't know what my dad was thinking on that one. But let's look here. I think, and then we got somebody else on my friends list that checked this one in, gave it a 3.5, and saying, "Is there no standard anymore? What it takes, who I am, where I've been, belong. You can't be something you're not." Okay, so yeah, he's quoting Pantera on the description. I think is pretty damn cool. So lyrics are really, really nice that he put in for his check-in. So let's look back here on the global rating and see what other people had to say about this guy. So this guy gave it a 3.5 out of 5. We got another 3.5. Let's see, 3.75 here purchased. His just says rock and roll. We got a 4 out of 5. This guy didn't give it a rating, but he purchased it at the HEB, which is a grocery store out in Texas. Let's see what else we got here. We got a 3.75 here. We got another 3.5 purchased at HEB. 3.5. Let's see, we got a 2.5 here. 3.75. We got a 4 out of 5 purchased at the HEB. This guy didn't give it a rating, but he said first brew in Austin, and this person gave it a full 5 out of 5, saying raised the rank. Love it. Let's do 2 more here. And this person gave it a 3.25, and the last one we're going to look at, he purchased it at the Roosevelt's at 7, which is like a beer garden bar in McAllen, Texas, and he gave this one a 4 out of 5. So overall, yeah, not really bad ratings at all. Definitely seeing a lot of 3.5, so I can see why it's that average 3.57 kind of rating on Untapped. But overall, yeah, I think this is still a pretty solid golden ale. So, hold on, I feel like a sneeze is coming. Oh, please go away. Move over. Okay. But with all that being said, let's start trying to figure out what we're going to be doing for ratings on our end over here with this guy. So, of course, first thing I like to look at is can art. And I'm a big fan. I really enjoy Pantera. They kind of made the metal scene pretty much what it is when it comes to the style of metal that I enjoy. So, really enjoy the nice kind of homage to Pantera on this one. So having that Pantera kind of flames, almost like that kind of metal kind of stamping on there. Of course, you got the Texas Ale Project right there, and they definitely marketed this one really nice. I like the holographic kind of features to it. And overall, there's definitely a lot of stuff that catch your attention with this one, and they took advantage of a lot of the space for the kind of marketing this beer. So I think they did a really good job with this can art. So overall, I'm gonna give this a 4.75 out of 5 for can art. Really nice. It's definitely something that if I saw it at a liquor store or bottle shop, it would definitely be something that catches my attention just because it says Pantera on it. So let's see, if I got this beer in a flight over at the Texas Ale Project, would I get another one? To be honest, yeah, I probably would. If I was looking for something light and just kind of just keeping it easy, yeah, I would definitely drink more than one of these if I got it in a flight. I'd probably, definitely something I'd most likely get a 6-pack of to kind of keep it in the house if I was looking for something like a nice kind of like a lawn beer or something where I was like mowing the lawn, I wanted a beer afterwards. This is definitely something I would put on that list for a nice after mowing the lawn kind of beer. But overall, yeah, I think the Texas Ale Project did a really nice job with this one, even though, like I said, it's nothing you're the wheel with it. You're just getting the nice kind of slightly hoppy flavors. You're getting like that almost like hay-like malt kind of profile, and then maybe a little bit of wheat flavors in there. But overall, there's a decent amount of sweetness. You get a decent amount of fruitiness from like the citrus notes in there. So overall, I think they did a really good job. So with that being said, I think my final rating on this guy, I'm going to give it a 7.25 out of 10. It's good. I would definitely recommend it if you're looking for like a nice kind of sessionable beer. If you're not a fan of like something with a little bit more of like a bitterness to it when it comes to the hop profile, it may not be the one for you. Of course, if you're looking for something that has maybe like some like wheat-like flavors, it has that just a little bit of citrus, still getting like a nice bitterness from the hops, this most likely will be something that you'll be able to sessionably enjoy. But overall, it's just a nice, simple golden ale. I think the Texas Ale Project did a really good job on coming out with this one. So big props to them. But other than that, I think that's pretty much what I have for you guys today. So thank you everybody in chat for hanging out. You guys are amazing. If you haven't yet, please hit that like button. It will help me out a lot. Also, if you're new to the channel and like what you see, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well, as long as that notification bell. It'll let you know whenever I go live to another review. And of course, if you want to follow me on all of my other social media platforms, you can find me on Instagram, where you see my daily kind of hand checks whenever I'm doing a review, plus shenanigans of when I'm working over at the brewery. So you can kind of see what's going on over there. Shoot me a follow. We greatly appreciate it. Also, you can give me a friend request on Untapped. You guys hear me talk about Untapped all the time. I think it's an absolutely fantastic platform when it comes to bringing the craft beer community together. If I like to call it Facebook for beer drinkers. It's just a really, really fun time over there. You can check in beers, get badges, all that kind of stuff. It's just, the platform is an extraordinary kind of thing they've made over there. So if you're on Untapped and haven't shot me a friend request yet, link to my profile is down in the description below as well. But last but not least, of course, if you want to help support me a little bit more by possibly giving me a little bit of money in my pocket to do more reviews, and possibly if you join my Patreon to give back to you guys as well, you can always do that. The link to my Patreon is down in the description below. I do monthly 4-pack giveaways of Illinois exclusive craft beer. So if you want to have the opportunity to win some beer that I handpick and choose for people to win, I'd be more than appreciative of it. Awesome, Kentucky. Yeah, I'd like to see those reviews. But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much what I have for you guys today. So again, thank you everybody in chat for hanging out. You guys are amazing. Thank you everybody who's going to be watching on the replay as well. You guys are awesome as well, taking the time out of your day to come watch my stuff when it's already been up for a little bit. But other than that, I'm going to end it like I always do before we get the hell out of here. If you're going to drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. And I'll see you all next time. Cheers.